there, everybody. It is Deb from Deb's Corner Canada, and I just wanted to wish everybody a very, very Merry Christmas 2025. I wanted to talk today a little bit about a question that I had on my Cura, and I do answer quite a lot of questions, but this one was a little bit specific to what we're all probably dealing with in various degrees out there. And so I wanted to discuss the question and just kind of bring that to the forefront tonight. So the question that I had was, why do narcs ruin holidays? So the specific holiday that I wanted to kind of bring into the forefront is Christmas, our favorite time, right? And so we wanted to kind of go over kind of why they do what they do and all of that good stuff. And I kind of broke it into 3 different stages that you're going to have. And you're going to have these stages in varying degrees. And it's also going to depend on the type of narcissist that you're dealing with, okay? So you're going to see this differently presented, say, a covert or narcissist than you will in, say, an overt narcissist. You might kind of progress those steps ahead just that much sooner, right? Okay, so our first stage and our initial stage, which is usually when you're still in that love bombing stage there, but they all go through, right? That's just par for the course, right? So that initial stage is where they're going to be all in. They're going to be all in with your family, and they're going to be having you go all in with their family and their circle. So it's going to be quite a mishmash of kind of perfect moments, okay? So perfect decorations, everybody will be dressed nicely, everybody will be on their best behavior. That's typically how the first 1 or 2 Christmases or holidays are going to go. And really you can insert any holiday you want in here, but for me, Christmas is kind of a bigger holiday, and we're kind of there, right? So right away, they're gonna be all in with both of those families, and really they're going to be really on their best behavior, okay? They're gonna put their best foot forward so that you're going to really assume that, hey, this is how they are all the time. They love Christmas, they love celebrating, they love the lights, they love the whole thing, okay? So this is kind of how that presentation is going to kind of come to you, all right? And that's kind of how they're going to present it. So really, at this point, I like to call it the bait and switch, okay? So here's where they're going to really present something to you that is not the actual product, okay? It's going to be wrapped up really nice in that bow, but inside the box is a bunch of coal, okay? There's nothing inside of the box, unfortunately. Okay, so you're going to get the perfect gifts, and because the whole bait and switch is happening, okay? So whatever you've always dreamed of, whatever you've always wanted, whatever you wanted a horse, hey, you're going to have a horse in your front yard. You're going to have kind of your heart's desires, or this is where they're going to kind of pretend that those things are going to be kind of the norm moving forward, all right? So in the beginning, that's going to happen. Everything's going to be really perfect, and you're going to be going to their relatives' houses, and then like their relatives are going to be going to coming to your house, and it's all going to be just a big love fest, okay? A big smorgasbord. So once you hit midstream though, say 2, 3 Christmases in, what's going to happen here is you're going to notice a steady decline in your decor and your celebrations. So say you like to overdo it. You like to put lights everywhere. I'm one of those people. But you like to hang things up, and you like to really celebrate and go all out, and you like to help people or go caroling or whatever your thing is that you love to do, and you keep doing it, okay? You keep doing it. So you like to do these things. You're going to notice that very subtly they're going to start kind of thumbing their nose or making fun or nitpicking whatever that may be. It doesn't matter what it is. It really is irrelevant. They're going to do it anyway, okay? And so those things could be things like, oh, the tree looks too gaudy. There's too many decorations. Or do you really have to put up this many lights? It's taking up so much power. Or you'll ask them to maybe put lights outside, but maybe they'll go decorate a small bush outside to make you happy for the first year or 2, but then you're not going to see that, like, the same behavior happen again. It's not going to happen, right? And then also you're going to have heavy responsibilities for yourself, okay? This is, 2, 3 Christmases in. This is where you're going to start doing what I like to call the heavy load, okay? You're going to be carrying Santa's sack, and only you, okay? Like 80% will be you doing it. You're going to be the one that's buying the gifts and putting on a smile and making sure everybody's happy and everybody has treats, because this is how you've always felt. This is how you've always been, right? The holidays are your thing. You love it, whatever the holiday may be, right? And it's perfectly fine, and it's wonderful, and you keep celebrating, all right? But really at this point, there's going to be a lot of really heavy responsibilities falling on you. And it's going to happen, like I said, with a covert or a vulnerable, it's going to happen maybe a little more subtly, but it's going to happen, okay? You're going to notice it. It's going to be patterned. All right, so you're going to be, you're going to be the one that's prepping all the meals, cooking all the food, They might make a specialty dish, or they might, I don't know, they might put one ornament on the tree, or they might, you know, the night before maybe shove one of the gifts in a bag and not wrap it, and you might be, you know, lucky you're handed it the next day. Okay, things like that. But you're going to notice a steep decline throughout each season or each year or each holiday, right? So here's where any gifts that you do get, if you do get a gift. So say, I'm going to use an example, just because sometimes we need examples, right? So say you want a blue shirt. You want a blue short sleeve shirt, and you know, you've always wanted one. This is always what you want, a short sleeve blue shirt, okay? So what's going to happen here is you're going to accidentally, on purpose, you know, get a, you know, you'll get a blue shirt, but the blue shirt will be 2 sizes too big, 2 sizes too small, or it will have long sleeves, okay? And when you get it, you need to be appreciative of that gift. You need to make a big deal out of it, or you're going to be called, you know, they're going to say things like, oh, well, you don't even appreciate it. You know, I went out and I did, and they're going to also put the blame outside, okay? So Amazon grabbed the wrong package, or the store lady told them, oh, that was a medium. Things like that, okay? It's going to be always external, and it's always going to be that you are lacking, okay? It's you. You're the problem somehow. Somehow you're the problem in all of these same scenarios, okay? And you're not, okay? So this is where we're going to be encouraged through the midpoint here to go all out still, okay? They want you doing the lion's share of the work while they play. So they want to still have a few people over. Now, you're also going to start seeing that start to dwindle, okay? But still, you're probably having a few people over because the jig's not quite up yet. You know, people aren't really kind of really into what's, like, they're not really noticing too much what's going on. They still think everything's okay, everybody on the outside, okay? And so the crowds will be dissipating just a titch. You'll probably stop going to the narcissist people, but people will still probably be coming to you, right? Because you're the new servant. So you're now, you know, decorating like crazy and making the food and cleaning the house and making sure everything's okay. And then, you know, these monkeys and these people will come into your home and thumb their nose or make a comment that, you know, you haven't changed the litter in an hour before they got there, or you haven't made their favorite food, or, you know, whatever they can complain about, okay? So there's always going to be you lacking. You're lacking, okay? And what's going on behind the scenes is the narcissist has been kind of smearing you anyway, so they're kind of looking for things. They're looking for things to match up to the stories they're hearing in the background about you. This is where these things are going to kind of come into the forefront as well. All right, and when these things come in the middle, it's really all about wasting time, money, and resources, okay? So they're going to complain that the gifts, you spent too much on the gifts, or you did this, or you did that, or blah, 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 okay? So towards the end, as you're kind of nearing the last of the holidays with them, what's going to happen here is, you know, these tops, like this wrong size top it's really, you're going to find designed for a few purposes, okay? All that nitpicking and the wrong outfit by accident and all this stuff, it's designed to make you feel like you're going crazy. It's designed to make you feel like you're not appreciative, to make you feel less than, to make you feel that you're not being appreciative to all the wonderful things that they're doing for you, okay? They went out and did this, or they took their phone out and they ordered that for you, and you need to be appreciative, okay? Things like that. And it's really also, at the end of the day, like, while they're at this, they're basically like attacking your self-esteem, right? Because what they're going to do is, if the shirt is way too big, well, you're too skinny. If the shirt is way too small, well, maybe you needed to lose a couple pounds anyway. So one way or another, it's going to be your fault. It's going to be put onto you. Their mistake is going to be put onto you, and get used to that, okay? Not just at the holidays, just all the time. All right, so it's designed to make you kind of feel, you know, less than, in one way or another, less than, okay? And towards the end, any gifts that you buy them. So you go out, you're going to buy them, of course, the proper gift, because you don't want to deal with the harassment and the walking on the eggshells and all the extra stuff that tends to happen, that really amps up, okay? So you'll give them this gift that you know they wanted. Maybe it was really expensive. Maybe you couldn't even really afford it. You're going to give them this wonderful gift, and they're going to either ignore it, kind of give it a look, put it to the side like they're disappointed somehow. Remember, it goes back to you, right? Or they're going to maybe, wear the gift because they love it so much and accidentally ruin it. That happens quite a bit. Or maybe they'll even give it away. They'll go and like sneak to a sneaky sideling's house and they'll give the gift that they wanted so badly away. And you'll also find you'll buy them things that are kind of weird things that they want. Then you realize you're buying these gifts so they can give these gifts to other people. That's why you're buying these gifts. Other people want the gifts. They didn't want the gifts. They just want to, and you'll notice the gifts disappearing, like you won't see them anymore. Or maybe you'll see them under a tree. And as you're taking down the tree, they're still stuck in the back because really they just wanted you to go out of your way. They just wanted you, honestly, to just like waste your time. That's really all that they were about doing at the end of the day, okay? And so, they'll simply be left under the tree, sometimes given to the sneaky links on the side, which is just revolting, okay? But by the end, you'll get them gifts, but at the end of the day, they're going to add insult to injury, okay? Because not only will you still be expected to kind of buy them kind of what they want and their gifts, you're also going to be expected to buy your own gifts. I know. So you're going to go out because like you don't want to wake up Christmas morning and have nothing, and you realize that they haven't bothered. They haven't even gone out the night before like they used to. It's not in their brain banks. They've done all they're going to do for you, and that's a lot of effort, okay? And you realize this, and the next morning, like, you'd like to have a nice Christmas too. So what's going to happen is you're probably going to end up buying your own gifts, and quite frankly, with your own money. I know. All right, so, and really that's to make you feel human. Like, they're kind of degrading you, right? Like, for you to go buy your own gifts, it's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? All right, or they'll say they were broke, or there'll be something to do with you not getting a gift. Like one way or another, you're not going to get it. All right, and so they will also sneak away. Okay, so towards the end, what's happening here is they're realizing that the imbalance is it's too much. You are noticing that you are the only player in the game. You are the only one giving effort. You are the only one bothering. You are the only one who is, still kind of making an effort, putting up some decorations, maybe trying to watch a Christmas show or eat your Christmas cookies or whatever means something to you, okay? You're still trying to make an effort. So what they're going to do in this time, now that you're all alone, now that nobody's coming around, they're not bringing you anywhere, nothing's happening, this is when they're going to actually sneak away. I know. And honestly, typically they're doing this also when you're ill. Like if you're ill or you're recovering, or you're busy, or you're distracted, right? And what's the most distracting time of the year? Probably Christmas, right? It's probably one of the most distracting holidays. There's lights, there's people everywhere, there's gifts to buy, there's decorations to put up and take down. Like there's just there's money stressors, there's a lot of things going on. And usually they're falling like on you, completely on you, okay? And so what's happening here is they're gonna take advantage of that. And they do the same thing, by the way, for like, if you're having surgery or something, they're going to actually arrange rendezvous and new unicorns behind your back while you're recovering in. But holidays, that's an extra special time for the Grinch to come out. Extra special. This is when they are loving it. They're loving it. Okay, this is when they can get away. And what are you going to say? What are you going to say if they say, oh yeah, I'm just going to go out and go look around for some gifts, and I'm going to tell you this, they're not looking around for no gifts. They're not doing anything whatsoever. You can give them a list, and they'll come back 3 hours later and say they lost the list. And I know what I say on that one, okay? They will actually say those exact things too, just really ridiculous things to make you feel less than. It's all about you feeling less than. What the whole thing's about, okay? So the narc has already smeared you so badly that in the end, nobody's going to come to your house, and you will be going to nobody else's house. You'll be going to none of their work Christmas parties. You'll be going to nothing, okay? You're going to be getting a vibe from people, and holidays are a terrible time. Like, to me, the worst time to do this to somebody, okay? Because that's when you're supposed to be showing your fellow man love. That's when you're supposed to be enjoying yourself. That's when you're supposed to have peace. But to me, that's what Christmas is, okay? It's not about, gifts and shallowness and whatever else. It's about people. And so for them, it's about them, right? What's new? It's about them. So the narc's already really smeared you. Like, they've smeared you really heavy. You're not going to see their family. You're not going to see their friends. You're not going to, they're going to magically have no Christmas parties all of a sudden at their work, or they're going to magically have only just that, oh, it's only employees at work, or, they're going to come up with some whoppers because they've told, you know, people at their work, all the things they're doing. They're basically told their coworkers, and they've told their family and the monkeys and the side links and everybody else that you're doing. Okay, so that isolates you even more, and they're isolating you over a holiday that you love, that you enjoy, whatever, you know, whatever the holiday may be, right? So they've already smeared you so bad. So that's why nobody at the end will be coming around. Okay, it's going to be like crickets when they come around. Okay, nobody. You can't see anybody for miles. Nobody's there. Okay, and you're all, and also these increments to embarrass you or become greater and greater and greater over the years. And so at the end, either your family or your circle are going to be tired of their shenanigans and just they don't want to be around it, and it's bad vibes, bad energy, and or they're going to think you are like that you've just simply, you know, rolled over. Now you are just exactly, you know, like the narcissist, and you know, you're petty, you're shallow, you're loud, you're whatever, right? So they're going to assume this, and you probably would by that juncture have narc fleas, which are true, okay? Narc fleas, which you can get rid of, but where you are kind of having the same kind of thought pattern as them, just to avoid the conflict, just to avoid it, okay? Well, they don't want to put up decoration. Oh, well, yeah, it is. You're going to start like going along with it, even though before, like, that was something that gave you joy, that you really loved, okay, that you look forward to. All right, so that's one of the things that's going to go on at the very end. So in the final, I guess, you know, colon and Santa stack here, you will actually dream or have fantasies yourself of a peaceful, quiet Christmas. Okay, of just sitting by the tree, sitting by the fireplace, you know, putting up whatever decorations you please, or none at all if you don't want. Maybe ordering out instead of, you know, the big meal that you had to clean up after every year. Like, you're dreaming of peace. You're just dreaming of enjoying whatever that holiday may have been, okay? And so at the end of the day, when you get to the very end here, what they want and why they want all this to happen is that they want this time, like, to now go away, like, to get away from you, okay? And in the end, they want that refocus, like I said at the beginning, right? They want that refocus to go back, all the way back to them, okay? So that they're the attention, okay? You're probably going to end up with just the narcissist on Christmas. They might force you to the table to eat food that you probably don't want to even eat anymore. Like, you just want the day over. You want it over, okay? It's been, and even weeks before, months before, you'll be just, oh, I just hope it goes quickly, and I hope we don't really see anybody. I hope nothing happens, and I hope it just finishes. I hope it's just over. That's kind of where you're going to be with it, which is a sin, okay, in the end, all right? And so, honestly, at the end of the day, it's to associate, like, their main goal is to make you associate Christmas with bad. I know. So they want you to associate this holiday, number one, with them, okay? That's another reason, by the way, they'll have a song with you or whatever. It's to pull you in aesthetically. It's to pull in your senses, right? It's to pull in things that are meaningful to you and twist them around. All right, so they want to do that so that now you're going to associate Christmas with, oh, I just want it over. Oh, I don't want, you know, I just want this thing over, and you'll be like, just, oh, dreading the whole entire thing. And then, you know, when you're not dreading it, you're really going to just be fantasizing about, oh, wouldn't it be nice to just have peace and do what I want and not have to run around and not have to be picked at, and like that. That's kind of how it's going to be in the end, okay? And they're also going to literally disappear that much more. Like, at the end, they're kind of auditioning the new Mrs. Claus, okay? It's Christmas, why not? So they're trying to audition a new Mrs. Claus, right? Like, you are now stale. You know, your cookies are not good anymore, right? You're catching on to what's happening. You're not jumping through any hoops for them anymore. You know, you just honestly probably don't even have the energy. You just don't even have the energy in you anymore to even put into something maybe you probably used to love, right? And that was their whole point. That was the entire point to this entire shenanigan, okay? That was the entire point to this, was to basically make it so that you associate something that you loved with something that's about them and that you now don't want anything to do with. You just don't want anything to do with. Okay, so I wanted to kind of get that out there today, and also I really wanted to let you know that it's your time, and it's your time to celebrate. And whether they're there, whether they're not there, it is your right to celebrate any holiday or any celebration the way that you choose to celebrate it, okay? And with who you choose to celebrate it, not who they want around, okay? Who you want around. That's what's important here, okay? And I did give a more detailed answer on my Quora page, all right? So Quora. I gave a bigger, kind of more detailed explanation because honestly, I'm a better writer than I am speaker. So, I had almost 1 million views actually of my answers. So somebody must want to hear them out there anyway, right? All right, and I just wanted to let you all know that I will again do another one. I'm going to start actually answering all the Quora, like the popular ones. I'm going to just start making these into videos now because I just feel they kind of need to be said too. All right, so we can look forward to that. And if you do want to like and subscribe, feel free, and you'll get an alert kind of whenever I do these again. All right, and I just wanted to say to everybody that this is your time and you enjoy yourself, and God bless you.